Live and virtually, thank you so much for joining today. I am your artistic director, Natasha Paremski of your New York Piano Society, and I am absolutely thrilled to present this workshop today with some pretty amazing performers. Some of our, very, like our old family, well, not very old, he's very young, and some new joining members. And first of all, I must thank Klavierhaus for this gorgeous Fazioli, and Sujachi Reisinger, and James Wu, who's behind the scenes making all of this happen. Thank you so much for supporting the New York Piano Society. Without you, this would not be possible. And without much further ado, I would like to introduce our very first performer, who's going to play Chopin's Barcarolle, and that is Andrew Throdahl.
This is a new piece for me, so I don't know what's going to happen. It's a lot so a caveat.
on here. Just.
Oh, I can help.
Oh, thank you. I want to whack you. Okay. Well, bravo. This is your first time performing this?
Yes.
Okay, so first of all, this is a really difficult piece. I have played it many times. I start my recitals with it, and every time I regret it deeply. Every recital, why am I starting with this piece? Because it's quite, the pacing is quite challenging in this piece. And let's talk about the pacing, because you just don't quite want to give it away. It's kind of calm waters at first, and then, and then it's, well, it's very symbolic of really romantic relationships, shall we say. And I think, like, even just from the very beginning, you can take more space between them. Boom, da. Interestingly, the forte, and thank you for bringing Paderewski. Gosh, it brings me such lack of joy when people bring a Henley Chopin to my class.
Well, it's totally different.
Yes, it's totally different. It's very different, yes. But if you think about it this way, look, check this out. So if you just think like this is kind of like the bottom of the ocean, right? Like, so you take a little bit of that space, and you don't rush too much through this, and you really, and you, rest. And then this has to be quite calm. So there's a hypnotic quality to this piece. So if you kind of rush through these, then the hypnosis dies down. And this too. Yeah. Now a different color. This too, even though it's pedaled, right? This is a little motif that we will see very, very many times. You can linger a little bit, like little shudders, little goosebumps, Anyway, I can play the whole piece for you, but I want you to try and just feel. I want you to feel this sense of intimacy. Like, this is not, it's not like this. You have to bring your audience into a very personal relationship, which is why it's very awkward to start, And it's a very difficult piece to play because you're portraying something extraordinarily intimate and personal.
Yeah, okay. From the beginning.
Yeah, and think of this as like, in a way, even though there's a rest, like, boom, the space between the C sharp and that chord.
Yeah, it's so totally different with a huge piano like this too.
Yeah.
Very taken aback.
No, go, yeah. Yeah, and even like your attack on that chord, make it a slow attack. Because when you have a slow attack, it never portrays harshness,
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so the way you do it is you kind of, you aim, and then can I touch your traps? Mm-hmm. Okay, so your traps are here, and you use your traps, and then everything here is totally relaxed, and you just use the weight of your body in kind of a slow, no, there's a little tightness in your elbow. There's tightness in your elbow and your wrist. Like, yeah, from the key, and then better. And then always. So look, Andrew, so like always layering, right? Always layering. So this will never be, your left hand will never be as loud as the middle voice of your right hand, which will never be as loud as the top voice of your right hand. And then everything starts decaying immediately. See, it's forte immediately on decay. So just use that sound world and decay on that sound world. Not immediately, but just gradually. And pedal off. But yeah, and remember we always talk about in legato. So you always connect, overlap. So because that creates kind of a and just rhythm. So da ya da 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 dee, da 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 da. Slower grace notes. So da-yam, pam. You see this? You see da-yam, pam, da-yam, pam. And then shh. Don't get faster. Now, yeah, so these kind of things, like this is the same as the very beginning. You see, boom. It's like these little splashes. These are still small. And then leggero. So you must play staccato, even though you're using pedal. This is one of the hardest passages.
Yeah,
it's one of the hardest passages. Yeah. Now, if you stay on the key, yeah. No, too loud. Diminuendo. You're not on the key. No. You see when you. It's hard to beat piano when you jump. Yeah, there's a lot in Chopin that absolutely requires elasticity, like the split, so you can kind of stretch, and then you don't have to jump. Because if you jump, you just won't have that control, right? So if you go, but if you're, I can't do it standing.
Distracted by your ring with that emerald. Oh my god. Does that help?
No, it doesn't at all. You want to try it? Okay. And you can take your time. But if if you jump, it's really hard because then you never get to the bottom of the key and you never have can you try to play this legato, actually? I know, contrary to what it says. Just to feel the elasticity.
So you're saying that it should be staccato?
Right, so you're staccato, but you're always on the key. So I want you to go the opposite direction right now and try it legato so you're always stretched out. Okay? So try it legato, just right hand. Try legato. Yeah. Now, yeah. You see what you're forced to do is you're forced to go to the next note. That's what I need you to feel. And then you just separate them. And you do the staccato technique we talk about all the time. Yeah. So try now separating it. Now, get softer, get softer. Even softer, even softer. Yeah, you'll do it, you'll do it. Okay, and then this too. Ya-da-dee-da-dee-da-dee. Ya-da-dee-da-dee-da-dee. No, too loud, too loud. Better, better. Now, this is very special. I mean, it's very special. Make it special. You don't have to take time, but something color. So F, E sharp, E sharp, E sharp, E natural. Something different. Try it, try it, try it. I know you can do it. Oh, nice. No, maybe it's a little more defeated. Yeah, yeah. So. Okay, so you're almost doing it. You're almost doing it, and I love it. But this. That's next level. Yeah, 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 yeah. And then when you get here, again, it has to be very narrative. So when we're narrative, we're narrating something, we kind of enunciate a lot more, you know, versus like kind of like throwing the words out, you know what I mean? So this has to be very, you don't want to rush through these. Which I'm not saying you did too much, but just think about how you would speak these as words, you know? And again, you know, going back, still your left hand, the left hand is probably the most difficult in this piece. And I still feel like you have to, these may be the most two important measures in the whole piece when you set up the left hand. So it has to be, so, you know, the ocean, kind of like this, Barcarolle ocean song. So it has to have a very hypnotic lilt. It's not slow, it's not too fast, it's not too angular. There's no angularity, actually. You haven't been splashed by the waves yet. So, you know, it's, so you think, so you always come back to the F sharp, F sharp, F sharp, F sharp. Can you try that for me? Do it the way I did it. Do just F sharps. And C sharp. F sharp. Too angular in the 16th notes. Da 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 ya da da ya da. Yeah, but not slower. Not slower. Not slower. Not slower. Not slower. So there's a difference between you're playing in And then when I ask you to play slower, you're. You see, I just stay on the keys. Yeah, better. Yeah, a little more pedal too. Anyway, you'll work on it. Okay.
I have a lot of difficulty with these trills, and I know they're not important, but it just drives me mad. And like, how do you get better at that?
Okay, play it. Yeah, but this is fine. Okay, well, if personally, I bring my mind's eye to the da 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 this, and then I just enlist whatever. This just kind of I hang on the key and I just vibrate on the key. Mm-hmm. So watch, I'll show you how I do it, and then you don't have to do it my way. So I like 4 too. Because I think this is really hard to control. And so no pedal, I play this staccato.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so play this for me one more time. So play from da 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 da. Yeah, again. Don't cram these. Like it's more like it was truly more like. You see how, you notice how he actually puts an 8th grace note? An 8th grace note. So it's not like a 16th grace note. Mm-hmm. It's like, you know, so it can't be the same value as your 16th note. So it has that kind of enveloping quality.
I thought this sounds kind of mazurka or polonaise-like, and I thought it was more in character to.
Well, you know, to each their own. But I think this is more. I don't think he intended this as a mazurka or polonaise. I think if he it could have been like a polonaise fantasy or mazurka. You know, so I always think water and everything moves slower in water, just naturally. And then diminuendo, and then crescendo. Yeah, and this really has to fade, like really fades. Watch. So if you start here, so. So you never compromise the tempo, right? Because your left hand always leads, right? So like, you know, my teacher, who you took a master class with, she always says, okay, Chopin said, the left hand is the tree, the left hand is the tree, the trunk of the tree, and the right hand are the leaves. The trunk never moves. You can't move the trunk, right? So. I do a little bit of fermata. I'm not sure that's water splashing. Again, back to minor. So this is piumoso, right? I need you to embrace more sotto voce in this piece, more of this. Fine, so don't do retard. But it needs to, like, kind of, you know, like sea foam, like disappear. Because then when you get here, etc. You know? So then there's this stark contrast. So it's really important you really fade it out. And again, always on the keys so you have control of your sound. And always voice, voice, voice. Voice, 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 voice. You must voice. Try it, try it, try it. So same exercise applies here as in the other section. Okay, and then, look, this has to pretty much stay completely whisper, 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 until like here, and even then, that forte, grain of salt, you know?
Not too.
No, can you just try from here?
From the sotto voce?
Yeah. No, try here, try here. I just feel, Andrew, like they're not connected. They're ka 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 da 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 yeah, connected. You know, this has got to sneak in. It's got to sneak in, like Debussy, like. I don't want to hear. Like, I want to hear maybe a little bit of this. Connected. On the key. Don't slow down. Don't slow down. And then, yeah. No, da.
What do you mean?
Meaning accent.
It's just really hard.
Oh no, you can do it. You got it. You can do it. Yeah. Don't slow down. Don't slow down. Don't slow down, don't slow down, don't slow down. Okay, Andrew, this is actually, you are going to so hate me for saying this, but this is quite a metronomic section. It must feel that way to you. Because this is like, the ocean cannot adjust to rubato, okay? The ocean does not adjust for anybody. So it can't kind of stop in the middle. So it must be like your left hand must guide this. Watch. I'll play this for you. So you used to. You see how you just sneak it? You see, watch my left hand. your left hand is the boss. Your left hand is the boss.
Okay.
Okay? Your left hand is the boss. Repeat after me. My left hand is my boss.
My boss.
Yes. Yeah, now try it.
Yeah, I need to work on it.
I know, but that's okay. This is why it's called workshop. Left hand is your boss. Yeah. Yeah, but you see how already you're just like, oh, it's like a machine. It's like a machine, and you're building. The waves are building, you know. And it just, I promise you. I know right now it feels stiff to you, but I promise you that if you commit to your left hand,
it'll be more effective.
Way more effective. It will be effective. I promise. Okay, this dolce sfogato, you know, just like, I mean, like fog, you know, it can't be so, here, let me just, this is, I mean, everybody's Chopin is personal, but sfogato to me is, like really delicate. Again, you'll only get it if you're on the keys and you're constantly connecting. So I see it this way. Now, when you get to your left hand here, it has to be same, calm, connected. It can't be, you know, this is not, you know, it's not Lisztian, so we have to be very careful. Again. Otherwise, this piece really degrades down into just becoming a wash of sound, starting from here all the way to the end. So if you try, you voice your thumb in the left hand, and you think about connecting it the same way that you would connect it in the beginning, legato. And you voice the top of your right hand, which is so easy to do on this piano. We are so lucky.
Okay.
Then just try it for just a second. I want.
From the sfogato?
Yeah, try from sfogato, yeah. And just like close to the key, connected. Yeah. Much better, much better. Aha. So again, you would never do this, right? This is why Chopin put the slurs like this. Da 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 di da di da, da 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 di da di da. You know? If he wanted da 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 da, he would put a secondary slur there. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah. Voice your top. Voice the top. Much better left hand. Don't slow down, don't slow down. Pedal off, pedal off for the fermata. Yeah, and really milk the fermata. Take a breath, take a breath. Da-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum, you know? And then this has to be più mosso. This must be più mosso, you know? And again, voice your left hand, voice your right hand. Okay, also here, this has to be poco più mosso. And it was actually meno mosso.
You thought it was slower?
It was slower. So to me, this, after we have all this hypnotic buildup, this is kind of like a flirtatious little dance. So, which is a precursor to, like, so when you're here, yeah. So you're, for this, and then do something with this drill. And then this is the heartbeat. Now we're in meno mosso. I love this. Heartbeat, so always steady. This is a moment where you bring your audience in. You know? So this is, again, hypnotic. Boom, boom, you know? Like, be still in my heart, you know? And then your heart is quite still here, you know? Try, I wouldn't see it as like dun, 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 you know? I think it's more, he just doesn't want it connected because the heartbeat isn't necessarily connected, like, boom, like.
I prefer it drier without the pedal. Is that okay?
Well, I mean, you can do whatever you want. But to me, this is a heartbeat. You know, I don't know if do you have a vision for this, something different?
You know, like in Canaletto paintings of Venice, there's like a little worker who's like chopping wood or something. That's
oh.
Like, there's some grand vista, then there's sort of some little.
But if we were, right, but even if we were to follow the rules of staccato in classical terms, it's always half value of, so it's never, you know, unless it's Prokofiev, which this isn't. So even if it's half value, it's half value. So actually your quarter note has to be longer. Da, 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 da.
Okay.
But just try it. Just try it more like heartbeat. So you prepare for sfogato, and you really take the opportunity in this section to bring everything kind of to a halt before you. And here at the very end, this is your star. your star is, as always, your left hand. I don't really want to hear that.
Yeah, it didn't come out right on this piano.
Okay, again, if you connect it and you play off of the key and you're basically working like here in your right hand, here, already kind of depressed, you'll have way more control.
Okay. Do you want me to do it again?
Try it. But you're not voicing your left hand. Do just your left hand. Try this. Try this. More thumb. I guess what I'm trying to get you to do is to play a little less notey. A little less notey in the right hand. So you're, let me play it with like what, you know. So it's like a veil. Like a sheer veil, yeah. Again, you're doing kind of this kind of thing. You're bringing dexterity into it. Yeah. So just a little, you know, sheerness, veil, textures.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're very far along for a first performance. Well, bravo. Great job. Thanks, Andrew. I'll take it. All right, thank you, Andrew. And who is next? Who would like to play next? Okay, so Sabrina, would you like to play? Okay. Sabrina is a new member. Actually, we're going to take a quick intermission for a quick photo op. So, Andrew, before you leave, we're just going to take a quick photo. Yeah. So, everybody, so 2 days. Oh, you're awesome. Thank you. Okay. Feel free. Back to our regularly scheduled programming. We have Sabrina Chen, she's a new member, and she'll be playing Brahms's Intermezzo, Opus 118, number 2. been playing this a little while?
Yeah, I think I played it like 2 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Brahms is really difficult, don't you find?
Yeah.
I think he writes for an orchestra. He doesn't really write for piano. And we have to figure out how to connect everything. And again, I will talk about connecting here as well. And the biggest thing is you want to connect so if again when you're going from here, you want to make sure your finger is already ready for the A, and you want your mind to be thinking on, so your mind is on the D. And also, it's andante. I think a lot of people play this a lot slower, but I think more, again, narrative, more andante, and try it again and think, again, all these textures, the inner textures, they need to be on the background so that really your voice can come out, and then you can play around with some voicings like here in the left hand to give it a little more structure. But you just don't want everything to be right. So I want to hear the top voice. Yeah, and don't be so timid about it. Before you start playing, hear it in your head. First, you have to hear it, because if you don't hear it, you can't play it. And I think oftentimes we end up kind of responding to what is happening as opposed to actually creating it. Yeah, is there a way that you could just hold, watch my pedaling, So, is there any way you can reach? Maybe a little bit? Yes, you can. Okay. If I can, you can. So if you can hold this down and put your pedal down, right? So you see, different sound. So yes, of course, there's a slur there. And then this is a longer slur, so you have to kind of get on with it, a little bit. Now it's piano dolce. So, and then fun things like this, watch. So your G natural connects here. So it goes from G natural to A here. It's a subtle thing, but the dorks in the audience will hear it. This is the first time we actually have a crescendo into this A, right? Now we're in pianissimo. I'm sorry. So, and you have to, again, tempo, longer, think in one, don't think in three, think in one. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. I can't play and count 4. Right? So if you think in longer, instead of 1 and 2 and 3, then you have longer line. Yeah. So just catch it with your First of all, be here on the corner of the black key, on the corner, like literally on the corner. Yeah. And then, okay, almost. But just if you can catch this somehow with your pedal, somehow, even if you take a little time. So let's just say, okay, let's just pretend you didn't do your stretches today. I used to do these crazy stretches like this when I was young. Did you do those?
Yeah. I guess.
So even if you actually, as long as you catch it with an A, you can let go, right? So watch my hand. See, you catch it with your pedal. So play it together with your A. Okay? Can you try that? Just that. Yeah. Now, it's like, you know, you're a singer here, so you're gonna run out of breath, so you have to get on with it. You know? Yeah, but that space is also important because when you're singing and you have to jump almost an octave, you have to kind of, there's something, you know, there's this thing that happens right there. Yeah. And yeah. Don't slow down. Now, pianissimo. Right, so look, but you can't get faster there. In fact, this is the opposite. In fact, when you're here, it's actually quite, this is quite more tense. Don't be afraid to do this pedaling. This is actually quite subito. And then the moment everyone's been waiting for in the audience. Again, you know, the simpler this is, tender, you know, the simpler this is, I wouldn't overthink that. Don't overthink it. That's why I'm telling you to think in one instead of three, because then you have a bigger line. But here. Like this would be, if you were to orchestrate this would be, to me, this would be a wind instrument, maybe an oboe, you know, and then you have your cellos here. you know? So you have to, and it's so different. Like here you are, so you're in A major, and all of a sudden you're, you know, it's a very distant key. I mean, basically, and he brings you back to the dominant. But the color has got to change. So I want you to really relax your wrist, okay? Because you're kind of clenching. You're clenching. Don't clench. Yeah. Don't rush. Okay, what's your tempo? What's your beginning tempo? Yeah. 3, 1, 2. 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Left hand. Yeah. Don't slow down. Don't. No rubato. No rubato. You don't have to. Because this is an expansion. Long line, long line. Yeah. No. Yeah, and you don't. I would not slow down. I would not slow down. No, don't slow down. Like keep going. Keep going. Calando is here. It's not here. You know? Yeah. Again, I guess what I'm saying is don't bring so much attention to that. So try from here. Yeah, so you still took time, like go into it, like, so you like it continues, you know, the piano is only here. No, but like intensity. Like when a violinist plays on the G string, and it's so dark and kind of, this is you playing on the G string, and you got to hold those notes so they project. This is you. So you watch. I would not pause for. In fact, if anything, your left hand has to help you. You see? So the problem is if you do this, then how are you going to calando here? You're just going to crawl to a stop, right? So you have to keep the momentum going. Keep the momentum going. Try it. Connect, connect, connect. Go. Calando. And now, aha, is there any way your left hand can be softer? Roll it slower. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, let's work on the pedaling. I want a little less gaps, so somehow you have to hang on to some notes while you change your pedal, like right around there. Yeah. Yeah, much better, much better. Now, can your right hand, the top voice, can it soar above everything else? Again, don't rush your left hand. If your left hand comes in like almost to the end of the measure, it doesn't matter because you're in the right key, in the right harmony. Yeah. Ah, it's right here, it's right here, it's right here. I just want you to connect this. I want you to connect this because you can, yeah. So let me see where you change. So you see, like really slow. So this is where I change it. So watch my foot, watch my foot. Now here slowly, okay? You see? So it comes up as you're doing your left hand here, okay? So there's no. Take your time. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's it, that's it. Same, yeah, here, un poco animato, but I would say un poco animato does not necessarily mean drastic tempo change. Like your audience should know that they're like, because it's too jarring for the ear, you know? Yeah, that's it. Now, F sharp. Rit, yeah? Più lento. Yeah. And then here, a little more flow, a little more flow. Yeah, and what I want to hear less of is in your left hand, da da da, dee da da, dee da da. I want to hear this. And this. Again, if you're on the keys, you know, that if you're already prepped and ready and your hand is already stretched out for the chord and you're on the key, then you'll never get notey. Yeah, but I want them to be equal. It really is kind of people talking over each other to some degree. You know, so can you play just the melody in the left hand and the melody in the right hand? This is really a duet, so I think your left hand melody can come out more. Yeah. And again, don't lose the flow. Don't lose the flow. Don't pause. Sometimes there is a habit people have, like you wait over the bar line. I used to have that habit, and when it was pointed out to me, I was horrified, because then I heard recordings and it was horrifying to me. Don't wait over the bar line. Just, again, as I was saying to Andrew, you see how this big long slur, that you can't breathe. As a singer, you cannot breathe during this slur. So you would likely run out of breath in those 4 measures. So think about that. Yeah. And then maybe a little softer the second time. Maybe a little, like, more prominent left hand. Exactly what you just did. Yeah. Now the chorale. Una corda. Yes. Okay, now let's talk about voicing. Watch. This is really important. So. Right? All right, sorry. So, this is really important. Wrong notes. Really important that your left hand. So in Brahms, your left hand is an equal participant. So maybe not necessarily boss like Chopin, but equal participant. Different orchestration, equally important. So here you maybe have horn, I don't know. So now, roles are reversed, right? This is very much a duet piece. So here, try this. Try the voicing. Just left hand. Just play left hand for me alone. Top voice. Where's your tenor? Top voice. Yeah. So basically, if you're in pianissimo, your top voice, think more piano, and then everything else is triple pianissimo. And then somewhere in the middle, you'll get a pianissimo. Like to put together. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, now with right hand. Left hand. Yeah. And the other thing is, you know how it's all slurred? Try to crawl on the keyboard. Try crawling instead of like this. Da, da. As much as you can, connect them. Now, left hand. Una corda off. know, this I envision more with a little more abandon, a little less, you know, da da, yada da 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 da. Like they're arguing, you know. You must never argue. Left hand, left hand. No, absolutely, absolutely 100% the left hand leads the melody here because it's actually the same as here. So it absolutely leads. So your right hand is second fiddle. More prominent left hand. Yeah, and again, right here, don't wait over the bar line. Just launch into it. Just dive into it. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, keep going. You know, I'm not sure your rhythm is correct here. So we're at da da, dum ba dee da. So it's actually watch. So look, this is kind of what I'm like. You're playing half notes. You know, so I just don't want you to wait here. Either Rit only starts here, you know? So everything is, this is it, this is the climax, this is your climax. Yeah, try from here. And also the da da da, don't think of it da 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 da, think in one da da dee da dee da dee da da dee da dum da dee. Like everything is an upbeat, like this is an upbeat to that, and this is an upbeat to that, and that's an upbeat to that. Da dee 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 da dee. Yeah. 1, 2. Now red. Yeah, that's it. That's right. Yeah, beautiful. And then yum bum. You know. Yeah, but really like yum ba bum ba da da. Yeah, da dee da dee. Yeah, again, not every eighth note. Ya da dee dum ba dum, ya da dee dum. You know? Yeah. But this is so special. This is like, I mean, you know, this is really, I mean, now you're jumping a whole octave with your voice, right? So you go, so. Watch how, don't look at the score. Slow attack, poised finger, engaged last joint, the sound in your mind. And again. Right? So you're here. And when you get here, even if you go soft, it just has to have intention. Like, this is a special moment everyone's waiting for. You must connect that. Da da dee da dee. Yeah. Still pianissimo. Better, better. Now, I want you to play this into this, but I want you to think about it first. I want you to think about how you want it to sound. No, I want you to think about how you want it to sound. Better, but how about more special? Something more like da da ya. Yeah, this, can I touch your last joint?
Yeah.
So your last joint, like this. All the way to the bottom of the key. Yeah. And slow attack, like this. Yeah. 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 Can you put a 2 there? Yeah. You see how it actually gives your pinky more space if you put a 2 there? Otherwise, you're stretched out like this, and then you kind of can't get in there with a good 5 attack. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, beautiful. Yeah. Yeah. No, you're fine, you're fine. I just wanted that note. I wanted that B. Oh, no, no, it has to go bottom of the key on the top. Yeah, that's it. Da da yeah. Yeah, just intention. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, but you know what I'm looking for. Let's see. And this is the same principle, you know. You have to get into it, and then again, collando here is the same, all the same stuff. Yeah. Okay. Was I helpful? Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Sabrina. Welcome to the society. So happy to have you here. Thank you. Okay. All right, who would like to go next? Yeah, okay. Chopin, right? Oh, yes. Oh, Sabrina, would you mind taking photos of me and David?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Just take
Just my phone, yeah.
just like a lot of them.
Yeah.
I just took
Yeah.
a whole bunch whenever, yeah. So
Okay.
Yeah.
let Natasha pick
Thank
out
you.
the good ones.
Thank you. Okay, David, this is David Gang, and he's my neighbor.
Right across the hall.
Right across the hall. I heard him practicing Chopin First Ballade. I was like, wow, this guy's really good. So,
You're too kind, Natasha. So
No, it's
I
true.
haven't taken a lesson or performed since high school.
oh,
So I'm sure I have some bad habits. And I picked this piece because it's short and not exactly
it's not sweet at all, no.
But, I'm a small guy. I have small hands, so I can reach use like knives, but I want to learn this piece to prove to myself that I can do it.
Yeah.
My hands are not the biggest.
Yeah.
So it's still pretty sloppy, but hopefully you can.
Well, listen, Alicia de la Rocha could barely reach an octave, and she played Rock 3, so, you know. And yeah, there you go. And this is Chopin's Opus 10, number 1.
I haven't stretched my hand either, so.
Oh, that's okay. All right, I know you have a keyboard at home, so when was the last time you played this on a Fazioli?
I've never played on the Fazioli.
Yeah. Feels different, huh?
Mm.
Yeah, pretty scary. Okay, I'm just gonna dive in and tell you how I learned this piece. And this is what was extremely helpful to me. So there are 2 methods. So the first one, I can't remember whose method this was, but this is how I learned the right hand. Okay, and then you go. Yeah, and it brings awareness. You basically, instead of like trying to barrel through it, you kind of bring it down to bite-sized pieces, and it gives you a lot of good hand activation, kind of like the dexterity. And then please notice that I never try to hold on to these, like contrary to what I suggested to Sabrina in this, right? But here, it should all be staccato. Chopin, by the way, did not have a big hand. If you look at his cast, it's not, his hands were not extraordinarily big. It was not like Lisztian hands, which were, and then Rachmaninoff's hands, which are like, you know, but he had, what is that, syndrome Marfan or something? Anyway, so you go 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the other method is you play the whole thing staccato. Do you want to dive into some staccato technique today? Okay, let's do it. So staccato technique is not this. Okay, we don't bounce around. So what we do is we actually engage pizzicato technique on the piano. So you basically, you take your last joint and you pluck the bottom of the key. Not to be confused with wiping the keys like they're dirty, but like you feel the bottom and then you let the spring action, and these Sujatri pianos are incredible because this is the quickest response you'll ever get, the quickest spring back you'll ever get on a piano. So don't control the up motion ever, okay? You see how it just brings you up. It's kind of like a little trampoline. So you get to the bottom and then the trampoline lifts you up. So always start on the key and then try that really slow, really slow. No, really slow, slower than that. Slower than that, slow, 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 slow. Yeah, and then loosen your wrist for me. Slow, slow. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Now, I want you to start metronome marking like 45 on the quarter note and practice that staccato technique. And then when you feel good about the whole piece, you've done the whole piece in that staccato technique, then maybe you can move it up to 46. Yeah, that's how I learn pieces. Yeah, that's how I do it personally. It's worked well for me to some degree. And the other method that I really like, and this is for stamina, and this is a Neuhaus method, is after you've mastered the staccato technique, you won't believe what this does for your stamina. You're going to get tired like here. And then you could be like, ow, ow, ow. But it's okay, because as long as you stay relaxed, as long as your wrist is really relaxed, the moment you feel pain, you stop. But that's a little more down the line. Right now, I want you to do this. Also, I want to check on a few fingerings. Okay, so what do you do here? Do you do what it's written, 1, 2, 4, 5?
Yes.
And then,
Yeah.
okay, and then 1, 2, 4, 5 here. Okay. 5, 4, 2, 1, and then here. Okay. And the awkward ones. Okay. You do 5, 3, 2, 1 here.
Yeah, 5, 3, 2, 1. Yeah.
Okay. Here. So here.
5, 2.
Yeah, and also you want to angle your hand in these things. So when you're straight on, you have to do so much of this kind of, but if you're, so you're going this, so you're doing this basically. You see? So if you group them, so that's one of the reasons this really works. So suddenly your mind is thinking, which is much closer, right? As opposed to thinking, oh no, oh, that's far, you know? So when you do this, right? So, and then here, where are the awkward ones?
I think it's E flat, B flat. Yeah. That I have immense trouble doing.
Okay, so I put 3 there. Instead of 4, I do a 3. So try a 3. Because 4, oh no, that's just, oh no, that's torture. You see how this is kind of almost doable, but this is just ow, right there. Try a 3. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And then the same for the next one.
Oh, what's the next? Oh, that one? Yeah, 3. Why did they put 3 there and 4 there? Because they think the B flat is closer? Yeah, and again, David, don't control the up on the staccato technique. Don't control the up. Yeah. Yeah, your pinky is not activated. Your pinky joint is not activated. You're going like this. I need this. Yeah. Yeah. Don't control the up. Yep. Relax your wrist. Yeah, your wrist is not welcome at this party. It is. It helps you, but not when it's tight and tense, and it's not welcome to the party if it's tight and tense.
Got it.
Yeah. Yeah, and that elasticity that I've been talking about, with Andrew and Sabrina, again, have your hand kind of in position. You don't have to strain and try to play that. No one can play that except Rachmaninoff, but he's dead. Okay? But you see how I'm already kind of, I'm not like, yeah, I want your hand a little more stretched out and ready to go. Yeah. Don't control the up. Don't control the up. Do you feel the spring action? Yeah. You're still controlling the up a little bit. Like, I don't want any upward motion.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, better. Yeah. Yeah, and then the next one, A flat minor.
Oh, going up? As well?
Going down. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, there are other awkward ones here. Okay, this one's not fun. Let's see you do that in staccato.
That one, oh, staccato.
No, it's C, F, C. E. Yeah. E flat.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's the second
Yeah.
one.
E natural, E flat. Yeah. Okay, try it just from here. It's the same figure, it's just the E flat changes. Yeah, yes. Pinky. Yeah, pinky. A little more engaged pinky. Yeah. Yeah, very good.
I feel like for me, like if I'm starting leading off the pinky on like a black, a sharp, or a flat, then it gets really difficult.
Oh yeah, you're not alone. It's very awkward. There are some really awkward ones here. What was my least favorite one? I remember. It was like around here somewhere. Oh, this one. That one. Ugh. The B dominant. Ugh. No, it's an A. The second note is an A. Yeah. Do you want to try to do the whole thing in that tempo in staccato?
Just right hand? Or
Yeah.
I guess,
And don't speed up. All staccato. Okay, yes, I knew that was wrong. Okay, so the fourth measure, you have an E on the top. Yeah.
oh, okay.
Yes. And then A at the end of that.
Oh, where was that?
Yeah. Oh, we have an A here. No, sol re, sol la re, G-A-D. D. Yes. 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 Wait, where are you? Hold on. We're here. We're now here. We're here.
Oh, okay. I have
Yeah.
the sheet music on the wall.
That's all right. You know what? This is when you bring it
Oh, sorry.
when you bring it down to this speed, suddenly the holes pop up. That's when you're like, oh man. I mean, I can barrel through a rock 3 like no problem, but if I have to sit down and play it slowly sometimes, that's when I know I'm in trouble, you know. So I only practice some things really, really slowly because I know I can barrel through them and play fast, sort of. But if I have to like really slow, then suddenly your finger memory and your muscle memory can betray you, and then so this is why slow is so good. It's so therapeutic. So yeah, try it from here. Yeah. Staccato. Joints. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that was my spot.
Oh, you're right here. Nope. F. Yeah. Yep. Don't rush. Yeah. Okay, now let's do an exercise. I want you to play the first 4 measures slowly in staccato.
Start over.
Don't Josh. Yeah, good. Joints, joints, joints. Yes, yes. No, 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 E, E. E, 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 E. Think A minor. Yeah. There, I would recommend a 4. I would recommend a 4 there.
4 here.
Yes. Yes. No, no, A. Yes. Okay, so one more time those 4 measures. One more time. You're playing a B at the end here, but it should be a C. Yeah, so see, David, so when you get up here and you're doing this, you see? Yeah, so I would do 4 here. I would do 4, I would not do 3. Yeah, because then you can come back on the 4. Yeah, that's right, you see?
Just switch it up in the middle.
Yeah. Yeah. So, okay, I want you to try again, and I want you to try the method of down, da 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 down, da 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 down, da 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 da. Sounds like bolero.
Not staccato or not staccato?
Always staccato. You're gonna play this whole piece staccato even. No, down, ba da da down, da 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 down. Slow. Nope. No. So start from the beginning. Go slow. Da, da, down. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Did I do that correctly?
Yeah. 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 No. Yeah. Okay, again. Staccato technique. Yeah. Okay. Now, da 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 da. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Yeah. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. You stop on the second note. No. You stop on the second note. You stop on the G. Yeah. Yeah. Watch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. No. D. Da, yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Okay, try that again. Yeah, yeah, that was it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, no, 1, 2, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2. 3, 4, 1, 2. 3, 4, 1, 2. 3, 4, 1, 2. 3, 4, 1, 2. 3, 4, 1, 2. 3, 4, 1, 2. Yeah. Okay. 1, 2, 3. 4, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 3. 4, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 4, 1, 2, 3. 4, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. 1. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. No. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Yep. Yes. Yeah. How does your hand feel?
It feels okay.
You don't feel tired? Good. You want to try a little faster? In
Okay.
like tempo, meaning like no messing around with the rhythm. Da 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 dee da dee da dee da dee da. Try it. Da dee da dee da dee da dee da dee da. I want you to try this tempo. Staccato. Yeah, and David, always remember the rest, because you'll always have the rest, right? Because you got to plant your left hand there. So don't exclude that even when you're practicing right hand alone.
Okay, I have
Yeah.
to exclude me.
I know. Staccato. Okay, a little faster. Yeah, a little faster. Yeah, a little faster. Okay, when you get up here, your G gets a little phoned in. Yeah, very good, very good. Yes.
No, the rest.
Good. Okay. Want to go a little faster? Da 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 dee da dee da dee. Wow. Wow. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Pretty great. That was pretty great.
Yeah,
You're going to do this.
I've never played it staccato before, so that would be.
Oh, you have to play the whole thing staccato. Yes, absolutely. No questions.
And when you do that, do you also like play with the left hand, or do you just play the right hand?
I mean, I do. Yeah, just because I like the feeling of the bass. Yeah, and also so that you don't skip your, that you don't skip your rest. But wow,
No
that was
pedal, right? Because
no pedal. No. You do not ever practice this piece with pedal, and then we'll talk about when to change your pedal. Okay? Because we'll talk about that next time. But wow, that was a huge. That was colossal. That was awesome. Thank you, David.
Yeah, 'cause, like, I think that's obviously the biggest difference between like a keyboard, is like the pedaling. Because like honestly, you can like just sink the pedal down; it doesn't get muddled. Like a keyboard.
Oh yeah. But you know, good rule of thumb: when your left hand changes, your pedal changes in this piece. So every time your left hand changes, you change the pedal, just no matter what.
Okay.
And frankly, even good to just kind of, you know, feather it, kind of. So I change it here, and I'm not like, I'm kind of. I mean, here you don't have to, but yeah.
I'll work on my right hand first.
Yeah, exactly. One thing at a time, one thing at a time. Then we'll talk about voicing. Okay, bravo. Thank you. Okay. All right, David Caldine. Okay, and you're performing which piece? Remind me.
This is the Fountain of Aquapolo, the Fountain of the Aquapolo by Charles Griffiths.
The Fountain of the Aqua Paula by Charles Griffiths.
It's from the Roman Sketches, 4 pieces that he wrote in 1916.
Okay, 1916, 4 sketches. Beautiful. Okay, take it away. I'm not familiar with this. Is anybody familiar with this composer? Oh. Very beautiful. What's the first thing that comes to mind? Ondine. To me, Ondine Gaspar.
Griffiths is from New York. Everybody should know it.
Oh, okay. All right. We have now been trolled. Okay, so back to notiness. Less of it. You know, fountains, water, not so much definition. You know, so even like Ondine. I mean, this is like Ondine here. I mean, it's kind of striking. Okay. Like I don't. Oh my gosh, it's in the same key and everything. Right? You know. Well, no, smooth, blurred, soft focus. And then I want to hear. I don't want to hear so much of this. Like these are like, you know, it's like light reflecting in a fountain. Like there's sunshine, and it's just like these blips of light, but not quite so much da da dee 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 da. I think more pedal, more pedal, more pedal, more pedal. I think you could even get away with una corda here. And if you, again, if you don't over enunciate your hand and you're on the keys more. Yeah, and the crescendo, I would lead with your left hand, the crescendo, right here, this crescendo right here.
Here, oh yeah.
Yeah, I would lead that with your left hand, and then let your right hand kind of just provide filler, but I would not necessarily, you know, get your right hand louder there. Yeah, you did. Left hand. Left hand. Yeah. Yeah. And also, I would not slow down. Because this is a bit of a flourish. So I would not slow down there. I would not slow down here. I would slow down here, where he writes it. Because this is a bit of a flourish, right there. So if maybe you can try it from there. Well, maybe he intends a subito pianissimo. Try it. I always try it before I knock it.
I usually play a decrescendo there, but I never really thought about it.
Yeah. But you did a diminuendo.
But that's the way I usually play.
Try it differently. That's why you're here. Try it different. Try something new. Crescendo. 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 And then really soft, really soft. Yeah, I like it. You know, I like the crescendo because I think it sets you up for a surprise. You know, I think sometimes we want to take away the element of surprise in performance because we're personally uncomfortable with it. But I often actually, I personally like to, at least at the very beginning, be extraordinarily dogmatic with a score. Now, I don't know how faithful Schirmer is to Griffith's wants and needs, but certainly when we get into things like Beethoven.
Depends on who's playing it.
Well, I'm just talking about the editor, but I think that, especially in cases like Beethoven, and even Rachmaninoff, although Rachmaninoff often was not very happy with what made it to the final edit. But even so, even if it's not Rachmaninoff or Beethoven, I think it's nice to try something, especially if it seems weird. Maybe like go extra so that you can make it more, you can make it convincing. If you kind of try to smooth it out, then the whole thing kind of becomes one big mezzo piano and nobody really wants to.
Well, I don't want to make it sound like a gusher. That comes later.
Well, that's not going to be a gusher because there's not enough substance there to be a gusher. And it's only a poco rit, by the way. So you don't have to come to a crawling halt. Why don't you try? A little flourish there, crescendo, slight poco rit, and then boom, subito pianissimo. Crescendo, crescendo. Crescendo, crescendo. You did know that was not a subito pianissimo. David, just try it. Just try it. Just try it. Do something uncomfortable in public. Crescendo, crescendo. Yeah, I think it works. I think it works. I think your left hand can be much, much, much softer in the minimoso. You know?
Yeah, that's right. That makes sense.
Yeah, and then your right hand is piano. He seems actually quite specific about his markings. There are a lot of markings here, like pianissimo and then another pianissimo. Mm-hmm. I think here, again, much less noti, much more pianissimo.
2 times.
Yeah, 2 times, 4 times, and then a forte.
Mm-hmm.
Can you try it?
From here?
Yeah.
Okay.
On the keys. Don't be afraid of un accordo. On the keys. Yeah. But forte, 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 forte. Da 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 dee da dee da. Yeah.
So you're talking about right here.
Yeah.
I just saw that a couple of weeks ago. I was always trying to.
No. He's clearly, he likes his contrasts. So here, I really need you to go to this B flat in the left hand. Da da dee da dee da. All I'm hearing is your right hand takes over, but you gotta hear the melody, you know. Is there any way maybe your right hand can actually be mezzo forte and your left hand is forte? Yeah. Same thing here. Yeah. Yeah. And then here, calmato, again, left hand, I don't want to hear da 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 da. Yeah. In the calmato section, I want the right hand to be, you know, that's a stark difference. You have mezzo forte, da da da. That's where the melody is in the left hand. And then the right hand is background, water. Very smooth, soft focus, a little more pedal, but in tempo. Less right hand, less filigree. And I'm talking about this section, a little less notey and yeah. I find my ear drawn to your right hand and I'm not convinced by the melody in the left hand. Yeah, much better, much better.
Okay.
Do you feel the difference? Yeah. And also, again, as I was mentioning with Sabrina, don't wait over the bar line. You know, so it's in one as opposed to da 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 da. You know what I mean? So now you have 4 split measures.
Well, it looks like the phrase is just.
I know,
goes
but
with each measure.
but you know, you do that with sound, not with rhythm. You do it with sound, not with rhythm.
Something like that.
Yes, yes, much better. Again,
More shape.
more shape, not rhythm. I think often people confuse that and it becomes, oh gosh, you know, like in Rock 2, when you get into Rock 2 and at the very end of the second movement and people go da 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 da. Because like, well, there's a shape there. That sounds awful, doesn't it? It just sounds awful. It sounds awful. What if you just play it like this? Right? That makes more sense, I think.
Orchestra wouldn't like it much either.
Well, I've played this with many orchestras and they like it, so they've somehow enjoyed it. Anyway, so again, I think rhythm, this is how I see rhythm, David. Rhythm is like 24 hours in a day. You don't get to create 26 or 27 or 29 in one day. There are only 24 hours. And music begins with rhythm and it ends with rhythm. And everything revolves around rhythm. And it revolves around this 24-hour, 7 days a week, 365 days plus a leap year thing that we've all, right? Scientists for thousands of years have come to appreciate and honor across all cultures and religions. Therefore, in music, one cannot create time. You know? So if you see a shape, that doesn't mean that's an invitation to create a 25th hour. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think often then that's confused with something like a constraint. And like it somehow becomes rigid, but there's nothing rigid about it. In fact, personally, I think there's a lot of freedom in structure. Just like in any relationship. For example, in a relationship, when there's a lack of boundaries, any relationship, even an intimate relationship, if there's a lack of understanding of boundaries, of lines that you cannot cross, it falls apart. A story that doesn't have a rhythm and a pace falls apart, and the listener loses interest. So even if you were to do rubato, no one should ever notice that you're doing it, and especially if you're shaping 3 notes at a time, which I see this as shaping 3 notes at a time. Not the 16th notes. You're not shaping the 16th notes. You're shaping the quarter notes. So if you're shaping 3 notes at a time and you stop after every 3rd note, I mean, personally, I don't think that's going to be very convincing to your audience, you know? So I think and especially if you then get into, if you'd like me to get into Schenkerian analysis, which I love to do a deep dive anytime.
Schenkerian?
Yes. Here, you're actually, these 2 measures, for example, you're expanding the same exact harmony. So in Schenker, when you do the skeleton, and you do the, like, this is an expansion of C major, an expansion of whatever, and here it's an expansion of D flat major, you wouldn't ever put the same D flat major chord in a Schenker. You would just, over the bar line, say this is an expansion. And then it makes you think of music in a different way, because you think, okay, that's just a quick echo, and then we move on, and then we go here, and then we're in 4/4, and we're kind of meandering, kind of scarbo here a little bit. You know?
Actually, this measure seems like it could be an echo of this measure.
It is. Why don't you try it? Without creating 25 hours. Too much right hand. Too much right hand. Too much right hand. Yeah. Right. But there's no reason for you to wait here. So what you're doing, I'm noticing, is you're waiting on this rest and you're giving it too much time. Yeah. You waited over the bar line. You waited over the bar line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And yeah. So if a conductor were conducting this, right, they'd be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, right? You have to think about it. You know, a friend of mine recently was performing a violin concerto, and they said, I got just so frustrated in my recent rehearsals with this piece because I felt like the orchestra was rushing in this one section. And then I went to my hotel room and I put a metronome on. Very sobering, very sobering. Metronomes are amazing tools, especially for romantic music. Very sobering, in my opinion, because I find that often we kind of allow ourselves a lot more freedom and leeway to kind of mess with the rhythm. And when you put a metronome on, you just see how far you veered off the rhythmic path. And oftentimes you're like way off a cliff somewhere, you know? And to the same extent, I had a discussion with some, in a chamber music situation recently that was exactly like, if tempo primo is this, then our tempo primo has to be the tempo primo in the recapitulation, or the tempo primo in the recapitulation has to be markedly slower than everything else we've been doing, So discipline is important, especially in romantic music. I feel like discipline goes way out the window. As we kind of, And I was talking with Jean-Yves Thibaudet. I had a 3-hour phone call conversation with him about Gaspard de la Nuit. And he said, oh no, you have to play this very straight. Like no funny business. I was kind of all over the place. I was kind of like with Ondine, like, I was giving myself to like, you know? And then I thought, okay, just straight. Do you find this rigid? It's okay, you can criticize me publicly.
I didn't play that piece.
But it's very
if I
similar
did,
to
I'd
this.
Play it like that.
But it's very similar to this, don't you think? I mean, it's water. It's water. But the thing about water is,
Judo is another.
right, but you can't control water. You can't, as I was saying to Andrew, you can't push water around. In fact, do you know that scientists still haven't figured out the exact splatter that water creates? My brother studied this in school. You cannot actually, they've come up with all kinds of algorithms, but if you spill a glass of water, you'll never actually be able to definitively say where exactly the droplets will land.
Yeah.
So you, David Caldine, cannot control water.
Sometimes it sounds like molasses or something thicker
Are you swimming in goo?
because I'm not playing in time
Oh, right, yeah.
with the right rhythm.
Yeah. But I think, again, like I think anything to do with water often takes on a very hypnotic quality. And hypnosis, certainly you cannot mess with rhythm, because if you mess with rhythm in hypnosis, I don't think it captures the essence of it. I mean, yes, there are flourishes and things like this. You know? So I think just discipline, you know, try this, go home and put a metronome on and see how far you've gone off. Just see how far. Maybe it's not that far, but then you might be shocked. You might be like, oh no, this metronome is a jerk. It often happens, you just think the metronome is a jerk.
I think when I start learning something in the beginning, it's much more rigid and metronomic.
Yeah,
Then later
that does
on,
happen.
I start experimenting.
Yeah, yeah. That happened to
Making out
me.
Good discipline.
Yeah, that happened to me with rock too. And then years ago, I just sat down and thought, you know, I haven't looked at the score in a little while. I think I'm going to look at the score. I'm going to play what the score says. Yeah. And yeah, and there are a lot of habits that have been formed by performances over the years. So yes, sometimes I have to lobby for what I want with an orchestra, but actually most of the time, pretty much 99.999% of the time, it feels refreshing. Well, it feels refreshing to play what's in the score. You know, it feels somehow right. You know, so even if it doesn't feel right.
He has rubato here, but I guess that would extend, you know, maybe for a couple of measures. But after
Yeah,
that,
exactly.
it's stale.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So you wouldn't
But
want to
you
play
could
rubato
like
here.
da 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 da. But see, he already wrote it out, right? So he already da 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 da. So it's already slower.
Yeah.
You know.
and this-
I think you could
there's
play
no
this.
room to play rubato there.
Yeah, you could play this a little more fast. This is a little more of a flourish, you know. And again, don't let your right hand get into forte dynamic. You know, always make sure that this is kind of
Yeah, well, here I have to play with both hands.
right. You're
Right,
right.
right,
Whatever.
right,
You know
right,
what I
right.
mean. The flourish. The flourish.
This one,
Yeah.
that's a good place to play loudly, I guess, because you know, right
To-
hand takes control, and you've got a crescendo too.
Well, to a degree, because you don't want to take the listener's ear away from the melody.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so maybe that's what's happening. I'm crescendoing too much with the right hand,
Yes.
and then forgetting about the left hand.
Yes. Yeah, I think so. Here, voicing is of essence. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Firebird, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, couple of things. I hear too much da 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 da. Yeah. On the keys. a cello, you got to get faster. You must get faster.
Here, yeah,
Yeah.
that's difficult.
Yeah, well, again, okay,
That's the
I
only
want you,
reason
here's what I
I
want,
don't do
here's
fast.
how I want you to practice this section. I want you to practice it like this.
Mhm.
So your top voice is legato and the triplets are staccato. That's how you're going to lighten the texture. You're going to shear it out. Yeah, and then this is part of the melody. So da 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 dee, da. Yeah. So watch. I know. D flat, D flat. Nope. 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 Yeah, yeah. No, first time was right. Nope. Yes, yes. D flat, D flat, D flat, D flat, D flat. Nope. Nope. Let go of your. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yes, yes, yeah. Yeah, that whole section. Yes. Oh.
That's hard.
I know.
Where am I?
Where am I? You're right there. Yeah.
I made it.
Yeah, you did. You did. That was awesome. Yeah.
That's the first time I tried that.
Well, you know, it's really effective. It's really effective. If there's anything, if you run out of time in a day and you only have like 10 minutes, just do that. Truly, truly, truly. Okay, same principle here. Okay, here again,
Yeah,
less
this is
notey.
good.
Just in general, you know, less notey, David, because water isn't notey. Even if there are like flickers of light, it's not quite as precise as like hail, you know.
Well, I know that Undine, the beginning of it, I've never played it, but when I hear people play it, I think, how do they do that?
Oh, I thought the same. I practiced with a metronome a long time. Yeah, and then I actually practiced the way it's published in Durand, which it's published wrong. So I practiced it wrong with a metronome, then I had to undo it because I saw Jean-Yves' score, and he said the Durand score is wrong, so I had to, anyway, you know. The metronome is it's like a pressure cooker. It's amazing. Again, you know, here, I just want a soaring melody. Yeah,
Oh,
ask
yeah.
me any questions.
But so, I don't know the last page there are these repeated notes, and that gives me some trouble, but still in practice.
Where?
Here.
Oh.
So it's hard to play that softly.
Okay,
B
so
flat especially.
yeah. Yeah. So if you play really slowly and staccato, right? Really slowly.
Yeah, right here.
Do you do 1 2 1 2 1 2?
Yeah.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
But see, I'm always kind of there. You have to kind of eliminate the panic, so that's why you have to practice it really slowly, a staccato. Or you eliminate the panic in your head, so you think, and then you think, if you group it in your mind, you know, it becomes a little more manageable.
Yeah, I don't think I've actually tried that because I was too busy trying to figure out what fingers to use.
Yeah, a lot of it is kind of a mind tactic to think about clumps.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and coming off of
Groupings.
B flat with the thumb, it's pretty hard to do. And
Yeah.
you come and you're trying to play pianissimo at the same time.
A friend of mine calls the thumb a repeat voicing offender.
Yeah.
He's quite right. Except when you're playing melodies in the left hand, and then the offense becomes a defense. So, thank you, David. Thank you very much. No, that belongs to Klavierhaus. Yeah. Anybody have any questions? No?
Yeah, actually,
Yeah.
the method of practice that you for that Chopin etude, is there something special about the etude for that practice, or would you recommend that kind of thing for all passage work?
That's a great question. You know, I've only ever used it for that specific etude because of the arpeggios. Yeah, and the distance of the arpeggios. Yeah.
And specialization by Alfred Cortot, actually, that analyzes every single etude.
Yeah.
And part of that, what you instructed today, I thought it came straight from Alfred Cortot, and I was very impressed.
Oh, thank you. You know, it might have been an Alfred Cortot etude, actually. And now that I remember, I guess I have both books with a Cortot. I didn't come up with that. That wasn't mine.
They sell it at Juilliard store.
Yeah. Oh. Okay.
August
David,
25.
go to the Juilliard store and get the Alfred Cortot Chopin etudes.
Well, you told me already.
Yeah. Cortot, Cortot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, Cortot has a million different ways of practicing each etude.
Yeah.
You'll never
Yeah.
play the piece if you keep doing all the things he suggests.
He has it for the preludes too.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, this is yeah. Oh, one more question.
So a common theme today is this shimmering, like watery sound.
Yeah.
How do you get that? Like, are you not playing to the key bed?
Oh, absolutely. You do play to the key bed, but in things like you know, when you have to do this, like, you know, some barcarolle stuff, Undine, this piece that David played. Basically, I only work with like half of the key bed, so I never come up all the way. You know, so even in barcarolle at the very end, I'm already depressed when I start the new. So it's never. It's not like. Like Prokofiev, that requires dexterity, like very aggressive dexterity. But here, if you played it like this, that's not it, right? That's not the piece. That's not the piece. And this. So you're always here. In fact, even here, yeah, you're kind of. And even here, I never come up all the way.
Is this game?
Yeah, it's almost like a vibration of the joint.
If you don't come all the way, there's a danger of it not sounding the next time.
You're totally right on that. Yeah. Yeah.
Like Prokofiev, the last part you play.
Yeah.
Prokofiev, suggestion diabolic.
Oh yeah. Oh no, this was the second piano concerto.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like-
Oh, similar. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
When is the next time we're meeting? Have a session like this?
So the next workshop will actually be with Grammy-winning cellist Zul Bailey. He's going to be coaching.
So when we get the chance to play again.
Oh, when you get to the chance to play again. Oh, probably next year. And yes,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
But everybody should come to the November 5th masterclass with Zul Bailey here at Klavierhaus. We're going to have 5 of our members performing, and he's going to be coaching the Mendelssohn D major cello sonata. Yeah. So mark your calendars. All right. Thank you, everyone. Thank you to Klavierhaus. Thank you to James Wu. Thank you to Sujatri. Thank you to everyone who showed up and played. Yeah. Of
Thank you
course.
so much. I really enjoyed that.